Why some teams can deliver better products. Why some teams can deliver better products and they can do it a lot faster. Why some companies can rapidly grow while still maintaining innovation on the market. We have access to huge open source world where a lot of software problems have been already solved for us. We can use third-party software as a service solutions to gain speed and support our main business, our main domain. We can hire almost everyone from every part of the world. All of us have access to the same resources and same knowledge. But still, some of the companies are just so much better than the others. Why? Why is it happening, and what impact technology have on it? Let's think about it. There is no business nowadays without technology. It's obvious. This conference is proof for that. So as on technology, we are playing really important role in order to business be successful. So it's about the time to accept this challenge and take it really seriously. Business needs to be flexible. Business needs to be able to adapt really fast on the changing environment. So as engineering teams. So when it comes to being fast, we can talk about the performance. How to measure the performance? When do we know that our performance actually is good, that we are doing a good job? So when it comes to the studies around performance measurement and what impact on business it have, we can rely on State of DevOps report from Puppet Company. So what they did is they asked 4 questions. How often you can deploy your code? What is the time from code commit to code running on the production? What is time to recover your service? And what is the change failure rate of your service? So of course, answers to those questions may vary and will vary, depends on your team. But when do we know that you are actually doing great? When do we know that you are working as an industry leaders? So according to the report, high performers, high-performing teams are able to deploy their code on demand. Time needed for code commit to code running on the production is below 1 hour. Mean time to recover the service is below 1 hour as well. And the percentage of the change failures are below 15%. But those numbers are not goal itself. Because right now you can be high performer. Your team can be high-performing team. You can address those metrics. But the fact that you can address it right now doesn't mean that you will be the high performer in the next weeks or in the next months, because it is constantly changing. So the most important thing here is to create healthy learning environment where your teams will be able to improve that constantly. They will be willing to improve that. One important thing to mention here is that there is no trade-off between improving performance of the teams and achieving high quality of solutions. Actually, it's totally opposite. Of course, at the beginning of your transformation, your product development may slow down a little bit, but ultimately, the quality of solutions will be higher. But the performance of the teams is only one area that we can talk about when it comes to the engineering culture. And those metrics around performance, we should treat them more like a health metrics instead the goal itself. What will be as well helpful in order to draw the strategy for our teams is to understand where we are right now what are the business expectations around results of our work and around the way how we are working. So to do that, we can use the Agile Fluency model. So authors of this Agile Fluency model observed that during the life of Agile teams, teams are passing through 4 distinct zones: focusing, delivering, optimizing, and strengthening. So focusing zone is about focusing on bringing business value. Focusing fluency doesn't include any of sustainable technology practices. So you can think about it, for example, digital agencies. Digital agencies are not required to maintain long-term software projects. But let's be honest, many of the companies that are actually maintaining long-term projects are in this particular zone. So when it comes to the next zone, delivering, it's all about sustainability. So it's about being able to deliver the solutions really fast and with really high quality, being able to be responsive for the business needs. So we can think about it as a DevOps way of working. The next zone is optimizing. Optimizing teams not only know what they are going to do, but they know why they are going to do it. This is something totally different. Ownership of solutions is totally opposite than, for example, in delivery zone. In optimizing teams, we have totally bottom-up approach. So optimizing teams are able to define why because of techniques like, for example, design thinking. And the last zone is strengthening. This is actually future of an Agile, which is about inventing new ways of working. So understanding this, where we are right now, and do we really want to go to another zone? Or maybe we want to improve fluency in the zone that we are right now, will be really helpful. So what are the capabilities that can drive the improvement of our teams? When it comes to capabilities, we can divide them to the different areas. And those areas will be from strictly technical ones, like, for example, continuous delivery architecture, to more people-oriented, like lean management and cultural one, which is actually great, because thanks to that, we can rely on contribution from every engineer through teams, departments, and organization. So going to example, at software engineering level, we can implement continuous integration, continuous delivery, test automation. We should be able to work in small batches. So for example, merge PRs at the end of each day. At the team level, crucial thing is to be autonomous. So we should reflect that in our architecture. So when the team is able to test and deploy code on demand without any dependencies from other teams, then it's a huge step in terms of improving our way of working. Same with the leadership, leaders of the teams, managers of the teams. They can also contribute on the architecture path. What they can do is, for example, either train actual team in order to achieve autonomy or hire required skill set for that. But you can say, okay, great, but what to do when, for example, we are operating at data center, when we need to plan our resources 6 months ahead, and we are working on big legacy monolith, which is prone to each code change. And this is exactly the point in time when organization comes in. Because as an organization, you can't expect from your teams that they will be involved, agile, high-performance teams without proper environment. And environment means not only technical one, like, for example, providing the contract with cloud provider like AWS, but it's as well important as providing the cultural resources, access to the knowledge, and empowering those peoples to gather this knowledge. So for example, organization can give access for developers to the teams, to online resources, to workshops, to trainings. They can set up AWS account, Playground account, and to say just, hey guys, just go and play around with the technology. Don't bother with the costs. There are no limits. We will clear this up each day by day. Just go and play around. But this is only beginning of our effort. All of these things we can do actually only in the tech context. But if we really want to improve the way how we are working, we need to talk, we need to be aligned with product and business as well. Because if we're really expecting high-performing organization, without product and business, we are not able to do that at all. Product and business must have the same vision, same shared goals, and strong commitment on what we want to achieve, where we want to go. So one of the key factors of successful high-performing teams is being able to work in small batches. What does it mean, small batch? So when we think, for example, about optimizing zone influence model and techniques like design thinking, we should be able to validate experiment below 1 hour. And I'm not talking about code commit, like time from code commit to code running into the production, but I'm talking about implementing the experiment, gathering the data, and extracting outcomes from this data in below 1 hour. And this 1 hour here, it's like not the goal itself, it's not the most important thing, but think about it. How this time constraint force you to try another approach of solving customer problem. So from your great designed solution, whole big solution, what is this one main assumption that you had in order to your solution will be successful? So right now we know how to measure performance of the teams. We know when, for example, we can name ourselves that we are a high-performing team. We've talked about the capabilities, technical ones, cultural ones. We know how important organization is in terms of delivering the vision. We know that without the cooperation between product, business, tech, data, we are not able to level up with our engineering culture. So in general, we know what leaders, departments, and organizations can do, how they can contribute in those missions. But besides all of these metrics, measure techniques, there is one thing, one crucial thing that we need to address. Without it, everything else is just, we can forget about it. So the main outcome from today's presentation will be answering to one question. And this question is for all of you, engineers, product owners, designers, business guys. What can you do in order to improve engineering culture in your company? Thank you very much.